It is this narcissistic maze of manipulation and mind games and enormous amounts of deceit. And what to a survivor, what's happening is desperately just trying to hang on to anything, anything that feels that it isn't, that is truth, that is real. Just grasping onto truth in this delusional world of narcissism where everything feels like it's an illusion. And what's it like, this emotional terrorism that narcissists just continually put their victims through? And when you're in it, trying to make sense of it, it's a mind bender. It's like trying to decipher David Lynch's Twin Peaks while riding a unicycle on a tightrope while juggling torches, flaming torches up in the air, trying to make sense and trying not to get burned, trying not to get hurt. And what we're left with is just like, how on earth did my life end up here? And we're dazed, we're confused, we're just constantly questioning reality as a whole. Like, what is real at this point? And what does that lead to? It leads to cognitive dissonance. Now, what's cognitive dissonance? Cognitive dissonance is when our reality is completely challenged. We're growing up, we're living in a world, and everything kind of makes sense to us in that environment. And then all of a sudden things start to shift. And then we realize that everything that we've been doing up to this point has been a lie. And there's another reality that we've just suddenly been thrust upon us. And what's that like? Well, it's like waking up one day and realizing that, Darth Vader is actually your father. And you just realize you just made out with your sister. Like, how messed up is that? Because what it does is it challenges your core beliefs. And the way it leaves you just questioning everything that you thought you knew. And here's a question that narcissism abuse survivors ask. It's like, why on earth would someone who claims to love you hurt you without a trace of empathy? Why? The person that you thought you knew, the one that was wearing the narcissistic mask, them, in one fell swoop, they become a complete stranger to you. And it just shakes your reality and your understanding of humanity at its core. And what's really messed up is how narcissistic abuse is just this toxic little cocktail. And it's made up of all sorts of toxic ingredients. Everything from like emotional neglect to, concealed violence, to mind games, to triangulation, to gaslighting, to manipulation, to just downright plain lies. And you're in the middle of this and you're realizing the walls keep shifting, the ground keeps moving, and the exit door, it's locked shut because there's a trapped feeling. Because narcissism is all about control, and over time, they take away more and more and more and more of our control. And at some point, we realize we don't have any control left. And at that point is when we realize how much we actually lost, how much we actually gave away, willingly, not knowing, trusting. And if it's something we can give away, well, then it's something we can take back.